Hey guys, I'm back with another video and I have my Candle Day 2021 haul, so check it out. I have my tote and everything. So basically what it is I have the new candles that are coming out for Candle Day. I was able to get them early. Thank you so much to my Bath & Body Works angel who helped me out. And I have quite a bit of the new and interesting candles that are coming out for Candle Day. So Candle Day this year is supposed to be December 3rd and December 4th, which is a Friday and Saturday. And I think possibly it's only one day online and then the second day it's in stores. Don't quote me on that, but I think it is indeed supposed to be 2 days this year. So keep an eye out for that. The price range is probably going to be in the 9 something range to $10 is what I would assume. And then of course today we have the BOGO deal, and you can also use a 20% off coupon, which also brings it down to like the $10 area. So it's really not too different, but there are a whole crap load of new collections coming out for Candle Day, and there's actually quite a bit of newness, which I feel like they've kind of made up for the rather lackluster fall candle release that we had. So pretty jazzed to see a lot of the new candles that are coming out, and I have most of them, so I'm super excited to share it with you guys here today. So yes, anything else I need to talk about? I think the word on the streets, there's supposed to be buy online, pick up in store for the first day for Candle Day, and the stores are limiting it to so many orders per that first day, and I don't think buy online, pick up in stores happening on the second day, which would also coincide with the fact that Candle Day is only one day online, I think. Usually there's an app member exclusive preview, like, you know, open beforehand through the app and all that kind of stuff. But this isn't a Candle Day tips and tricks video at all, but just wanted to briefly talk about it. So yes, without further ado, let me just get into all the newness. Of course, as usual, I did indeed purchase these myself. So these are purchased products that I paid with my own money. So yeah, let's see. Oh my gosh, there's so much new. The first one, which I'm so excited about, and I bought 2 of these, and it is Blush Poinsettia, which is that right there. And I think this is supposed to be a luminary one again, and that's what that looks like, and has the gold lid on there. This one says Rose Petals, Green Ivy, and Sweet Marshmallow. These are still $25.50. This one has 3 wicks and has the rope-like wicks on it right here. Oh my god, this is so friggin' delicious. This has nothing to do with a poinsettia, whatever a poinsettia smells like, which I've had many poinsettias and they don't give off or emit any fragrance whatsoever. It's just a plant with like red leaves on it or white leaves, and it has no fragrance. So, but sometimes you'll see a poinsettia candle come through from a random candle company. It's usually like just a slightly green, powdery floral. This is like straight up like rose marshmallow, and it's amazing. It's kind of weird that it's marketed as a blush poinsettia rather than something a little bit more like, I don't know, sweetsy cutesy gourmand. Oh my god, this is so delicious. This reminds me so much of my beloved, one of my like #1 favorite fragrances, which is Rosewater Meringue, as we see from the test collection version here, but I also made it white as well. This was fresh rosewater, spun pink sugar, and cream of vanilla bean. Yeah, similar. So if you missed out on Rose Water Meringue, this is definitely in the similar fragrance family, so I'm loving that. Yeah, oh my gosh. So you get a very similar rose water that's in Rosewater Meringue. It's not not as bright or juicy as the rose water is in this one, and this one's kind of laced with like a raspberry, like berry, like syrup or berry cream fragrance to this one. There's a slight like raspberry juicy, raspberry syrup note in this that's not so prominent in this. But there is a very similar powdery rosewater rose note that I really enjoy. But then what you get a ton of, at least for me, even though I was talking to somebody and they were saying that this smelled very powdery to them, but I guess because I like powdery fragrances, it doesn't like turn me off, or I don't really go straight to floral. I think more of the marshmallow, and the marshmallow is very powdery. And the marshmallow in here is so strong, it reminds me a lot of the exact marshmallow note in Marshmallow Fireside. It's almost to a point that I'm like, did someone mix up the lids? But I bought 2 of them and both smell the same. Let me double check the second one. We have the second one here, but this one actually strangely enough has a different lid. Maybe, I don't, they smell the same. So I think they're the same, but they have 2 different lids, which is kind of weird. And this one doesn't fit at all. It just like rests on the top of it, but whatever, I don't care, it still smells good. But yeah, it's basically like a rosewater note that's similar to the one in Rosewater Meringue, less juicy, less sweet, but then mixed with heaps of a powdery marshmallow in there. And oh my god, I love that. And the marshmallow is very similar to the marshmallow in Marshmallow Fireside. So it's like if you took Marshmallow Fireside and mixed Rosewater Meringue two together, that's what Blush Poinsettia smells like. It smells amazing. I freaking love it. I was like, I need 2 of these right off the bat. So I can't wait to burn this and see how it translates. But you definitely get that rose note in there mixed with heaps of the Marshmallow Fireside marshmallow. I never knew that I needed Marshmallow Fireside mixed with a rose fragrance, but I'm friggin' loving it. So that was indeed Blush Poinsettia. So super excited about that. It's just, yeah, weird marketing or naming, but I think it's ambiguous on purpose because they know at this point probably rose doesn't sell as well to their core demographic. So they try to make it ambiguous on purpose, even though that has nothing to do with poinsettias. So that's that. Moving on to other fragrances that also include rose in them. Let me get to it. And that is Strawberry Sparkler in the, what is it, Giving Tuesday collection. That's what this one is right here. This one says Strawberry Prosecco, splash of rosewater and vanilla bean. It has the pink wax and the core wax on there, and it has a plain lid. This one, ooh. This one is similar to like your pomegranate lemonade type of fragrance, or raspberry citrus swirl, which was Smile Pink Lemonade Punch as well. Slightly raspberry mimosa-ish. That type of effervescent drink is what I get from it. There is a slight rose water, like powdery floral component in there. They often have like the rosewater lemonades that you can buy at like a grocery store, and it's like mainly a lemonade, pink lemonade type of drink, but there's just a hint or aroma, slight aroma of a like floral notes chilling in the background that's not super prominent or super heavy. And even when you drink it, it's just a very subtle hint that like hits the back of your tongue, and it's not super strong. This is similar to that, where it's mainly like a pink lemonade, strawberry lemonade, like effervescent drink fragrance. Definitely get citrus in there for sure, and a berry note that makes it that pink lemonade type of fragrance. And then just a slight hint of floral. But once again, I'm a floral lover, so there tends to be like slight nose biases in the sense that people who hate floral will detect a floral first, but people who love floral might not detect it as much as somebody who hates it, that kind of thing. But yeah, there's a slight powdery floral component mixed in there, but this one I only needed one of because a drink fragrances are one of my least favorites. I just don't care for pomegranate lemonade or the raspberry mimosas or the champagne toast. I just really don't care for the fruity drink fragrances. They come out sort of artificial. So that's why this one I was just kind of like okay with one. But I have to burn it and see it. But I do like that there's a slight, like I guess, floral twist to it, that it's not so run-of-the-mill, but it's very much a spring fragrance. Like, well, this could be, strawberry sparkler or strawberry rosewater for the springtime, and like 100% on board. It's not at all like a Christmas fragrance. So I guess it could be New Year's-ish in the way champagne toast is out all year around, but yeah. So that was the Give Cheer one right there. Let me backtrack though, because we're getting ahead of ourselves with the collections. But we had the Blush Poinsettia in this collection. This was the Kate's Cozy Luminaries. I have other fragrances in that collection, and let me just do them in order now. And that is the Vanilla Swirl Brownie right here, and that's what that looks like. And this one is chocolate cookie crumbles, vanilla bean ice cream, and chocolate drizzle, which those notes sound very similar to a last year Candle Day release. And I think this is just cookies and cream milkshake from last year, which is nice. It's a little less like powdery or dry as hot cocoa and cream, and a little less cakey or decadent as chocolate lava cake, which is also very similar to hot fudge sundae. That has a more like piping hot, intense gourmand feel to it. This is a little bit more creamy. It has like almost like a milkshake component to it, and that's why it really does smell like cookies and cream milkshake. I guess cookies and cream milkshake, they had it out one year as that, but they want to see how it performs under a different name, so they tried Vanilla Swirl Brownie, and I'm assuming that's what happened here. Smells just like it. You get like cookies and cream type of, I guess it could be a brownie milk chocolate feel with heaps of like a creamy milkshake ice cream component to it. Even says vanilla bean ice cream in there, so it totally makes sense. So I think this is just that. Cookies and cream milkshake, I was lukewarm with it on cold, but then when I went to burn it, I actually really enjoyed it. And it was scrumptious and delicious for like 2 burns. Then it deaded out immediately and just got totally nasty and grody and just didn't perform well after that like 3rd burn. So I wasn't too hot on it after that, but we'll have to see if Vanilla Swirl Brownie performs any differently. So fingers crossed that it performs different. So that's a Vanilla Swirl Brownie right there. We also have another one in that collection that I picked up, and it is Iced Winter Balsam right here. That's what that looks like. It's frozen eucalyptus, sugared pine, and fragrant balsam. There was it an iced balsam that came in like a metallic silver decorative jar one year, and it kind of smelled like fresh blossom mixed with like hay and like dead grass and like just, yeah, like hay basically. So I was curious to see how this one was. This one is different. It is not that, but honestly, it's just very light and underwhelming in general. I mainly get like fresh balsam just reduced a whole lot with a little bit of a citrus like mandarin note, kind of like, what was it, that Winter Citrus Wreath or something hand soap that was out all the time, and it was basically like a pine note with a like mandarin feel to it. It's a slight citrusy component in here. It's mainly just like fresh balsam, like dialed down with a little bit more citrus than the fresh balsam has. So it's kind of redundant. I'm not like too jazzed about it. We'll have to see how it does when it performs. So it was the iced winter balsam right there. Let's see, the other ones in that collection are cinnamon stick, which I don't need, smoked vanilla rose, which is the one that I want so bad, next to blushing poinsettia, but my store didn't have it at the time or couldn't locate it. So that one I'll just have to wait until candle day or when I can find it sometime else. And there's finally a toasted hazelnut praline, which I'm really jazzed for that one too. I could not get that one. That was hazelnut, toasted marshmallow, and vanilla woods. Really hoping for that one too. So smoked vanilla rose and toasted hazelnut praline are the other two in that collection that I really want. So at least that'll give me an excuse to go out to candle day. So there's that. Next up, we have the rest of the Giving Tuesday collection, which we have Give Peace Mahogany Vanilla right here, and that's what that looks like, and it has a plain lid on it. And this one reads Warm Vanilla, Fresh Bergamot, and Sweet Sandalwood. And I'm cracking up about this because if anybody recalls from my old Instagram account, I used to have it that was called @Centizens. I'll try to put a screenshot of the posting that I made, but there was a post I made saying, can we do mahogany mashups? So basically this was in the era when Bath & Body Works was putting out like mahogany peach, as well as, what was the other weird one that we got? Mahogany apple and mahogany balsam. But mahogany peach was really weird. And I was just like, how many mahogany mashups are they gonna do? So I like made a fake mock-up of like, oh, here's the next batch of mahogany mashups that we have. And in it, I actually had mahogany vanilla, mahogany marshmallow, and eucalyptus teakwood in there as like joke ones that they might, release, thinking it was totally absurd and ridiculous. But then here we are, that was in 2017. So many years later, we actually do have mahogany vanilla surface. And I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. It actually happened. So that's the little background on that one. But oh my gosh, this I actually really enjoy. Even though I put it as a joke or just like as a prank to have mahogany vanilla or mahogany marshmallow, I was like, I honestly wouldn't mind smelling that because I normally like vanilla mixed in with like pretty much anything. Like vanilla balsam is friggin' excellent. And I was like, you know what, mahogany vanilla might not be so bad. I love it. I already bought 2 of them actually because I loved it so much. This smells great. So I really don't like mahogany teakwood by itself, but I've been on a really like cologne men's fragrance kick, mainly because the women's body care shower gels have been totally unscented and I've been totally turned off by it, that I was like, give me something that actually has fragrance. So I've been buying the men's versions, which are much stronger. So I've been buying the men's shower gels lately and been just like totally into the cologne fragrances, like burning the cologne candles and everything, like totally all up into like the whole man smells. So then when I saw mahogany vanilla, I was like, that's perfect because it gives me like enough of the cologne smell from mahogany teakwood, but then still gives me enough of that sweetsy cutesy vanilla that I like so much from all the bakery fragrances. And that's what mahogany vanilla is. This is delicious. There's heaps of vanilla in there. It's kind of similar to the vanilla that's in vanilla balsam. There's like a slight coolness to it, but I think this one's a little bit warmer than the vanilla that's in vanilla balsam, but still a similar concept. And then you get mahogany teakwood, but mahogany teakwood dialed down quite a bit. It's not quite as sharp and intense as mahogany teakwood is. It's like the perfect balance of mahogany teakwood and vanilla, and I can't wait to dig into this. This smells so delicious. It almost smells edible. Once again, the vanilla smells edible. In the way that vanilla balsam kind of smells like fresh balsam ice cream, this has an edible component to the vanilla too, but I feel like the vanilla once again is a little bit warmer and has a more like marshmallow quality to it. So it could be mahogany marshmallow or mahogany vanilla, as I had stated in that 2017 prank post that I made. But quite jazzed to finally see mahogany vanilla actually come to life. So that's that right there. The rest of the fragrances in that collection were, let's see. I still have another one. We have Give Comfort, which is Peach on Earth right here, which this came out last year in that like fancy lid collection. This is fresh peach, sweet cinnamon, and frosted vanilla. And this one has like really like textured wax on there. So this one I had last year and I liked it a lot on cold. It smelled like their usual like market peach, Georgia peach fragrance, which has that like trash bag peaches thing that I always make the equation to, which basically what I mean by that is like if you cut up peaches, like you slice the skin off of it and then the skin like hits the inside of a plastic trash bag and you smell like a slightly like rotting peach fragrance mixed with the inner plastic liner of the garbage bag. That's kind of the peach that I get in market peach or Georgia peach. It's like a sour, very sour peach that smells like plastic and like peach skins in it, so it smells like trash bag peaches. And I got that mixed with a slight, like, delicious, slight cinnamon spice, crumbly vanilla, like meringue-ish or peach pie type of fragrance is what I got from it on cold, and I enjoyed it. But last year's one performed abysmally. It was terrible. Like, I didn't get any throw from it, and then it just completely died out and turned completely gray. Like, the white wax turned completely gray. It was disgusting. And I was like, this is just terrible. So I didn't really enjoy that one, but the fragrance had promise. So I was like, let me try it again once this year, mainly because it does have, I believe, different wicks and a different color wax. I think it was the thick rope black wicks last year. I could be wrong, but it has different colored wax. So we'll have to see if this performs differently and it smells stronger, but it has potential. It just performs very bad. And then it gets even more of that amplified, like plastic trash bag peach smells. And then it smelled burnt and grody and it was just terrible. So we'll have to see if this one performs better this year or not. So that was Give Comfort. The other ones are, there's a peppermint marshmallow, I believe, but I couldn't locate that one. There's a Give Thanks, which is fresh winter air, which I had that last year. Decent fragrance, but don't need it again. It's kind of like that. Was it that there was like a winter air or like some kind of snowy air type of fragrance that was out one year in a ribbed glass jar. I forget what the name was, but it's kind of like those eucalyptus snowfall type of eucalyptus plus like slight minty feel to it. I just don't need another one of it, so I didn't need that. There's finally a Give Warmth, which is a marble chocolate cupcake. Could not locate that one, so I do not have that one. So that was the Giving Tuesday collection. Moving on, we then have the Kate's Cozy collection, and then we have Merry Maple Pancakes right here. That's what that looks like. This one is fresh berries, maple syrup, and cinnamon sugar. And this one actually smells pretty good or different. So I'm pretty excited about that. I thought this was just for sure going to be maple cinnamon pancakes, which is the same thing as caramel brulee latte, which is the same thing as pumpkin caramel latte, but it's not. So I was super excited about that. You do definitely get a pancake maple syrup note in there, and it smells pretty delicious and juicy. But then there's something fruity in there, but I don't really get berries. I get more so bananas. It smells a lot like banana maple pancakes from Homeworks, but made a little bit more like stronger and like artificial and a little less nuanced than the Homeworks version is. Reminds me of that. But definitely a very sweet, I get like a banana maple fragrance is what I get from it. It says berries, but I don't really get that. But we'll have to see how it does. Pretty pleasantly surprised, and it smells pretty delicious. I can't wait to dig into this one. I'm just glad it's not maple cinnamon pancakes, which is once again just caramel brulee latte or pumpkin caramel latte, so I don't need that one again in another deceptive name. So that's what Merry Maple Pancake smells like to me. There was a strawberry maple waffles in that test collection that hit online during COVID. I never got a chance to get that one, but that one was strawberry maple waffles, so potentially they could be the same fragrance. I don't know, but that's Merry Maple Pancakes right there. The next one we have is Blue Spruce and Spice, and that's what that looks like right there. And this one is Blue Spruce, Nutmeg, and Warm Amber. And this one, I think, is a repackage. At first, I didn't know what it was in the store because once again, I had a mask on. It was just a very quick, like, sniff and go kind of situation. But this one, I think, is similar to Cinnamon Pine Cone, which there was a autumn spiced wreath that was called Welcome in a green label one year as well. They repackaged it a number of times, but I think this is just cinnamon pine cone, which makes sense because there's spice plus that like spruce note in there. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what it is. The red hot cinnamon in here is very strong, so you definitely like to have to like those spicy spice holiday cinnamon clove buds type of fragrances. Spice cardamom, that type of spice variety is in there, mixed with a hint of some type of like evergreen type of fragrance in the background, and that's what I get from it. That's pretty much what cinnamon pine cone was, so we'll have to see if it's exactly the same, but I don't think I even have a cinnamon pine cone in my collection anymore to totally compare, but very similar fragrance to that. So that was the Blue Spruce and Spice right there. The other ones in that collection are Cozy Cashmere, I guess Peppermint Marshmallow again, and Raspberry Mimosa. Don't have those. Let's see, lastly, of the new ones, we have, there's a random standalone men's candle collection, and we have Ocean in that one, and normally I wouldn't buy this, but recently I've been, once again, as I was saying earlier, totally into all the men's fragrances lately, so I was like, I wouldn't actually mind that one, and they don't do men's candles very frequently, so I was like, I definitely want to try to pick this up. So Blue Cypress, Vetiver, and Coastal Air. I've never used men's Ocean, so I can't even compare to that, but it's an aquatic type of men's cologne fragrance that I like. It's definitely not as heavy or grody as Mahogany Teakwood is. It's a little bit more fresh and clean. Yeah, it's like an aquatic type of, if you like Paris Daydream or whatever, which is sparkling icicles or flannel, that variety of men's cologne fragrance is what this is. Just kind of neat to see like the men's packaging like in a label, I guess. So that's why I picked that one up. So that was the Ocean one right there. Lastly, since it was BOGO, I was doing even numbers of candles. I was like, I have to get one more because it was BOGO. So let me do Give Thanks Pumpkin Pecan Waffles right here. Everybody knows what this smells like. Maple syrup, golden waffles, and pumpkin spice, and brown sugar. So strong and delicious and scrumptious. Don't really need to talk about it. I think I just got one because all my other ones were like getting old or grody or nasty and just smelled burnt and tarnished. So I was like, I really want a fresh, new, juicy pumpkin pecan waffles, and the body care is so delicious that I've kind of been into it. So I got that as my last one right there. And then just a little few knickknacks that we have at the end. Let's see. I had a toasted vanilla chai, which was totally unscented. So I exchanged that for a fresh balsam, which is tried and true. This one I try to get every single year. It's woodland balsam, crispy eucalyptus, fir branches, and cedarwood. Friggin' excellent. One of their best classic tried and true Christmas tree fragrances ever. Has the perfect amount of sweet sap in there mixed with like a pine needles and a like crisp herbal component to it. It's so friggin' delicious. I love fresh balsam so much. Every single year I try to pick it up and I love it. It's like I don't think they've topped this with any other better tree fragrance. Like Tree Farm is pretty good, but I still love fresh balsam so much. So got one of this. I was burning one from a few years ago and it was towards the end and it was like nubbing out, but it was still so immensely strong. And then I burned this year's one and it is indeed quite a bit weaker, which is par for the course for Bath & Body Works lately. It doesn't seem anywhere near as strong as the other one. It's not unscented by any means, but it's not the powerhouse that it was the one that I had from a few years ago. So slightly bummed about that. So that was the fresh balsam right there. And then I think I had a free coupon, or was it an exchange of Gingham Heart of Gold. Was the shower gel was 100% unscented. I've never encountered a more unscented shower gel from Bath & Body Works in my entire life than Gingham Heart of Gold. I don't know if I got a bad batch or what it is. It was just 100% unscented. And like I use a ton of shower gels like, back to back, and I smell all the other ones, but that was totally unscented. So I hate returning used body care because I feel bad about it. But that one was so unsatisfactory. I was like, this one has to go back. So then I exchanged it for a Noir, the men's one. And once again, I was saying I love the men's fragrances lately because they're the only strong thing that I can get in terms of shower gel from them. This is a black cardamom, smoky vanilla, and a hint of musk. Really enjoy this super sleek black packaging that I really enjoy. This one's nice. It's actually quite different, or deviates from their usual men's fragrances. It's a little bit sweeter because they got vanilla in there, and it's a slightly bit smoky, and I really enjoy that mixed with their usual like kind of woodsy cologne fragrance in there. But there's a slight bit of like a baby wipes soapy component in there that I don't totally love, but I still appreciate just because it's different from their usual more crisp, harsh cologne fragrances, and there's a little bit more of a sweet vanilla, which we don't normally get in men's fragrances. So I've actually been really enjoying Noir. So that's that one right here. And I can still smell this much better than like the Gingham Heart of Gold, so we're good to go there. And I was digging that one so much, they had a matching pocket back, so I did get that right here. I think I actually like the fragrance in the pocket back a little bit more than the shower gel, but pretty much the same fragrance for all intents and purposes. And whew, I think that's pretty much it. So this is my whopping first Candle Day haul of 2021. Yes, I'll probably still try to go into the store when Candle Day actually rolls around here in about a few weeks, because I still want that smoked vanilla rose and the toasted hazelnut praline. I still really want that, and then we'll see what else comes out, or what else other trickles in, or other surprises they have. But super jazzed to start burning these candles and get into them. So that's pretty much it. Let me know your comments down below what you're most excited about. Blushing Poinsettia smells amazing, and so does Mahogany Vanilla. So I can't wait to dig into those. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.